Hello everyone. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Paul Ruiz. I also go by Ralph Dude, and today we're gonna be playing with a brand new Terapagos team, as you saw in the thumbnail and in the video description. This team is something I just built. It's really fresh. Just cooked this team, and I think it's very fun. So I'm gonna be explaining why all these pieces are put together and what each one of them can do in this team composition. So before going into that and breaking down the team, I want to just remind you that please show your support by leaving a like on the video if you enjoyed this video, and most importantly, help me grow the channel by subscribing if you want to keep track of what kind of teams I'm bringing here and you want to obviously support my content. I really appreciate it. Let's begin. So Terapagos is a restricted that we're going to be using in this video. As you probably know, I'm trying to showcase every restricted in this generation, right, in the regulation G format. And Terapagos is a brand new restricted from Generation 9 that it was added in the DLC, the Indigo Disc. So this turtle has a lot of things going on for it, and I'm going to try to explain most of them to be as easy as possible for you guys to understand. Most of you probably already know this, but there might be some of my viewers that don't understand really well how things work on this Terapagos. So let's begin. So this is a Combine Covered Cloak set. You know, Terapagos can be run with a lot of different sets. You can run like Choice Specs, you can run Meteor Beam, you can run Combine Leftovers. I decided to go with Covered Cloak. Covered Cloak means that you cannot be flinched by Fake Out, you cannot get your speed reduced by Icy Wind or Electro Web, right? Like you cannot get burned by things like Sacred Fire or paralyzed by Thunderbolt, things like that. Secondary effects, basically. So Terapagos has two forms. Technically three, but the first one is like the baby form doesn't count, I would say. You know, it's just like for the anime probably, and you just transform into the actual battle form when you go to a battle. So that's what the Terra Shift ability does. Like when Terapagos goes into a battle, it transforms into its terrestrial form. The terrestrial form is the one that has, you know, the very good stats. But they're not technically restricted level stats, I would say. You get those restricted level stats once you terrestrialize. Then you get an increase in your HP stat, like big increase in your HP stat, and a pretty decent increase in your special attack stat. But, right, so the terrestrial form has this moveset here. Terra Starstorm is a signature move. It's a 120 base power move, normal type that hits really hard. You know, it gets the stab. Normal type attacks don't hit super effective anything, and obviously you have to account for like steel types and rock types resisting normal and ghost types being immune to it. But it's a single target 120 base power move with no drawback, so that's great. Terapagos special attack is base 105, so it's not super high, but when you have, you know, such a powerful move that you click with stab and potentially with a +1 or even +2 special attack, that really hurts. So that's the main thing about Terapagos, and you can pick your coverage move of preference. I decided to go with Earth Power because obviously Earth Power is able to hit steel types and rock types that would be able to resist Terra Starstorm. So far, so good. Terra, the terrestrial form has a new ability, you know, Terra Shift, allows Terapagos to transform into the new form, and that new form has a different ability. That ability is called Terra Shell. Basically is an improved multi-skill, because when Terapagos HP is full, the Pokemon resists every single move, you know, if the HP is at full, as I said. So resisting an attack is way better than, you know, taking half damage from an attack, because resisting means that you're always taking, you know, 0.5 damage from an attack that would be neutral into you. Whereas if you have multi-skill, for example, you're just taking half damage, but if the attack is 4 times super effective, it would be 2 times. If it's 2 times super effective, it would be 1 time or neutral. No, with Terra Shell, it's like everything hits you for neutral, and then the resistance is applied. So that's kind of like the math behind it. So that's really good. And then things start to get a little bit complicated. When you Terra, you get stat increase on HP, a drastic increase from 95 to 160. So basically 65 HP increase, so you recover some health, let's say, because your HP becomes higher. And your special attack goes from 105 special attack stat to 130 special attack stat. So that's pretty good. However, the Terra Starstorm move becomes a spread attack, so it hits both targets from the opponent. And because of that, it now is weaker because you have to account for the 25% damage reduction from spread attacks. So it's a little bit weaker. So it becomes a 90 base power move, let's say, for each of the 2 Pokemon that you hit instead of 120, because you have to account for the 25% reduction, as I said. Now, that's not everything. Terra Starstorm becomes a Stellar Terra. Terapagos can only be Stellar Terra, so you cannot pick the Terra for this thing. And it becomes Stellar move, which means it's not a normal type move, and means also that you lose your stab. So you don't have that 50% increase that you would normally have with a same type move, what we call stab, same type attack bonus or boost. However, because of the because of the Stellar Terra mechanic, you do have a 20% increase, a 20% boost, because now this move is considered as a coverage move, let's say, for the purposes of the boost, which is normally what Terra Stellar does. A 20% boost to your coverage moves that are not from the same type as a Pokemon. However, with Terapagos, that 20% boost is constant. It's not a one-time boost. No, it's forever until the move, until you go down or the move runs out of PP. So in other words, you hit less if you Terra, because the Starstorm is not stab anymore and has a 25% reduction. But in return, you are able to hit both opponents, and because it's a Stellar move, you hit neutral into everything, including ghost types or steel and rock types, because it's not a normal type move anymore. It's a Stellar move, so you hit neutral into everything. And if the opponent is terrassalized, you hit that terrassalized target for super effective damage. That's the thing. So that's how this Pokemon works. And finally, when you terrassalize, you get a new ability that is called Terraform Zero, I think. And that ability means that it's a one-time ability that only activates its effect when you terrassalize. That turn that you terrassalize. And the effects are, it gets rid of terrains and weather conditions. So you make them disappear. Only one time, only the turn you are terrassalizing. And that happens at the beginning of the turn after switches. So before the opponent, makes an attack. So that is how Terapagos works. This Terapagos that we're using is a Combine Bearing, as I said, with Cover Cloak. It is max speed, modest nature with some bulk. You have access to the Pokepaste in the description down below, where you can see all the EV spreads for each of these Pokemon. And obviously you have the rent code in the right side of your screen if you want to try it yourself. Okay, this is Screen's team, and Terapagos obviously is one of the centerpieces of this team, but if we are trying to implement a Screens idea, we need screens. So Grimmsnarl is the screen setter of this team. It has the standard set of Spirit Break, Reflect, Light Screen, and Thunder Wave. Decided for a Spirit Break because I didn't feel like I needed Foul Play. I've noticed that there are some Grimmsnarls nowadays running Foul Play or like any Dark type attack, but I didn't feel it was needed. And Thunder Wave obviously for speed control, and like it's just a broken move. Has likely to increase the turns from 5 to 8 of Reflect and Light Screen, and Terapagos, which is a very situational Terra, just in case you want to like avoid being flinched by Fake Out, or just like, being immune to like fighting moves and such. Annihilate is the other Pokemon that can benefit from screens and setup here. And this Annihilate is a standard setup Annihilate. It's not the Scar Final Gambit that has seen some usage lately. No, this is a Rage Fist, Bulk Up, Drain Punch variant. Has Terra Fire. Terra Water could also work, and I was testing it, but I think Terra Fire is overall better because I do want to be immune to Will-O-Wisp, which is something that can be annoying. And obviously, Fire has a lot of interesting resistances, especially against Cali Ice, and it doesn't make you weak to like Raging Bolt's electric moves or like Grassy Glides from Rillaboom. And you also have the added bonus of Resistant Fairy, which is really important. Being neutral to Fairy sometimes is okay, which is what Water would do, but Resistant Fairy, Specs, Fluttermane is still around, and resisting, also things like ice, steel, in combination with fire and grass is really important in my opinion, because I want this Annihilate to be another centerpiece of this team. You can sometimes bring Terapagos and not Annihilate, and other times bring Annihilate and not Terapagos. So I want Annihilate to be, as consistent as possible. It has a pretty bulky spread with some speed, which allows you to outspeed Pelipper always. That's the benchmark I wanted to have on this thing. And obviously, by being Fire Terra, you have to be very careful with Water Urshifu, because Water Urshifu obviously is going to ignore Reflect, and it's going to ignore your defense boost because of Surging Strikes always critting. So that's why I needed to add more Urshifu Rapid Strike checks, which are Raging Bolt and Ogerpon. There are also in this team. But before getting into those, let's talk about Comfey. Comfey is a Pokemon that has a very unique niche of providing recovery and some support for the team with this unique combination of elements. The Triage ability, I'm not sure if that's the correct way of pronouncing it, Triage, I think, and Floral Healing, which means that you get +3 priority on moves that have a recovery mechanic included. Floral Healing recovers HP to your partner 50%, 66% if aggressive terrain is up. We don't have aggressive terrain, but in case you're playing against a Rillaboom, Floral Healing recovers even more in aggressive terrain. But usually it's just 50%, which is a lot, to your partner. It's like a heal pulse, but with priority because of Triage on this Comfey. +3 priority, which means that it can bypass Follow Me, Rage Powder, because those moves are +2 priority. And it can also bypass Fake Out if the Fake Out user is slower than Comfey. This Comfey has 124 speed stat, which is what I picked to be 1 point faster than Jolly Turbo Incineroar. So you always can Floral Healing before Incineroar goes for Fake Out into you, which is important. Can also outspeed obviously Iron Hands, some Rillaboons, unless the Rillaboon is faster than that speed stat. Training Kiss is another priority move. Its stab is really weak, but you don't use this Pokemon to do damage anyways. That move is just like Break Focus Ashes or even proc Rage Fist. I didn't explain Rage Fist actually. Rage Fist on an Annihilate is a move that is honestly broken. It has a 50 base power to begin with, but it gets stronger every time Annihilate is hit. So with a cap of, I think, 350 base power. And it gets increased by 50 base power for each hit. So it begins at 50. If you are hit 2 times, for example, it becomes 150 base power. If you're hit 4 times, it becomes 250 base power, and so on. So you sometimes can just Draining Kiss your own Annihilate, if you are Terra Fairy, for example, to make Rage Fist stack even stronger. Yeah. And then Trick Room for some speed control for the team, which is really useful given that the team is relatively slow. So it doesn't hurt to have a dedicated speed control option. And then Taunt just to stop things like a Moongoose or mons that can be annoying sometimes, like Grimmsnarl or a Moongoose, or just stop any kind of redirection or Parting Shot from Incineroar. If you have Terapagos, you don't want them to Parting Shot you, things like that. It is Terra Steel, just to have a nice couple of resistances, and obviously Steel and Fairy have very good synergy with Citrus Berry, just to stick on the field for longer. Raging Bolt and Ogerpon were picked to provide some key elements to the team. One of the most important, if not the most important, is to have dedicated answers into Water Urshifu, as I said, because Urshifu can be a pain for both Terapagos and Annihilate. So Raging Bolt with Terra Electric can one-shot Urshifu with Terra Electric boosted Thunderclaps, no matter how bulky the Urshifu is, unless the Urshifu has a defensive Terra, of course. Electro Web for extra speed control, Ball Switch for pivoting around so you can position the right Pokemon next to your sweepers. Obviously Thunderclap for priority, and Draco Meteor to hit some Dragon types. With Assault Vest, it's really bulky, it does damage without setting up, which is sometimes really useful. And then Ogerpon provides Follow Me. It's always important to have any kind of redirector when you're using setup Pokemon, and Ogerpon was the one I picked because it deals with Urshifu. Obviously, Follow Me to Water Absorb is really useful to be immune to Surgeon Strikes, and not only that, it also makes the team better into a Moongoose because it's a grass type, so you can redirect Spores, which can be annoying. And I'm using a almost standard set with Ivy Gel, Follow Me, Spiky Shield, but I decided to put Bullet Seed instead of Horn Leech just because I wanted to have an extra way to get some Rage Fist stacks. That's the thing. You can side Bullet Seed your Annihilate, and Bullet Seed is guaranteed to hit 2 times with the 65% chance of hitting up to more than 2 and potentially up to 5. So you can side Bullet Seed, obviously, if you are boosted with Annihilape's Bulk Cups, or if you're a Terrafire. Bullet Seed is not going to do much damage to Annihilape, and you can make Annihilape stronger with Rage Face just getting stronger because of the stacks. And obviously you can still Bullet Seed the opponent if you really need to. So I said Bullet Seed is guaranteed to hit twice or 2 times, and then it has a 35% chance of hitting 2 times and 65% chance of hitting more than 2. 35% for 3 times, 15% for 4 times, and 15% for 5 times. But if you hit more than 2, that's usually better in terms of damage output than Horn Leech, so that's okay. I'm okay with that damage, and most of the times you should be hitting more than 2. Obviously, there is a 35% chance that you only hit 2 times, but that is Pokemon. So this is the team, guys. The rental code is on the right side of your screen. As I said, the PokePaste is in the description down below. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed this content. Let's go for our first match of the day. And we found our first opponent of the day, someone from 478. Let's see what they're using. They're using a Koraidon team, but it is like a hybrid, very fast, hyper-offensive Koraidon team with a Trick Room component. There's a Cresselia and Hisuian Ursaluna, Chi-Yu, Koraidon, Iron Bundle, and Fluttermane. You know, the first 2 are the Trick Room part of the team, and then the other 4 are like just go hyper offense, and you know, hyper offense goes brr. How do I play this? Koraidon is obviously a really bad matchup for Terapagos, because Terapagos is only weak to fighting types, and Koraidon is one of the strongest fighting types in the game, with the Sun boosted collision curses. So they can also have disruptive options with like Encore from Bundle, or even Taunt from Fluttermane, or like Thunder Wave and such. This sounds like a nightmare matchup. I don't even want to bring an Annihilape, because if I Terra, maybe I do want to bring an Annihilape. I just have to be careful with the Ursaluna. Do I bring an Annihilape though? They can Hydro Pump me, I guess. Oh man, I'm gonna go with an Annihilape. I'm not fully sure about this, but let's see how it goes. It's tricky because, as I said, you can sometimes just go with Terapagos and just go all about, like, you know, all in with Terapagos, or like in this time, don't even bring Terapagos because you're facing a tricky matchup. I guess I could have brought Terapagos and just go like Calm Mind because they have a lot of special attackers. But I don't know. I just feel like the Encore can be a problem if the bundle has Encore. But I guess that can be the same for an Annihilape. Like if they Encore me, they Encore me. Koraidon bundle. This is really bad. Because why would you have bundle on a Sun team? Like, I don't think you have Hydro Pump. So I can Terra here and just go for like Drain Punch into this thing. This is like, I'm not scared about the bundle currently in terms of damage, because Ice is not going to do much to an Annihilape, given that I'm going to Terra Slice into Fire type. But I'm definitely scared of a potential Encore in the next turns. So they're just switching out. I don't want to go for Bulk Cups just yet. Fluttermane comes. Okay. Are you gonna like protect? They might protect. So I'm going for Drain Punch just to do some damage to the bundle. But I do think there is a very reasonable chance they just protect here, given how they're playing the turn 1. Yeah, there is a protect. Well, at least that's going to help me get my light screen off. So the thing is, if they have Terra Ghost on bundle, they can, and Encore. I know that because that's a play I used to make quite a lot of times in Regulation C, I think. You can tear out the bundle into a Ghost type and just Encore, because I just click Drain Punch. So I'm gonna... I can Rage Fist into the Flutter Mane. Bundle goes out into Chi-Yu, I guess. Into Koraidon. Okay. Let's see what the Flutter Mane goes for. Maybe Shadow Ball? Dazzling Gleam, you're attacking into the Ape. Okay, thank you. Now my Rage Fist is 100 base power. And Rage Fist should be enough to KO you, but you might be Focus Sash. It is Focus Sash, okay. So who do I Thunder Wave here? I think the Koraidon, sorry. And I'm just gonna go for a Bulk Up. You cannot Icy with me, but some Flutter Manes are carrying Thunder Wave nowadays, something I realized when I was practicing with this team. You know, just testing it out, I faced a couple of Thunder Wave Flutter Manes. But you know, the Flutter Mane is 1 HP, so like Comfey is going to be able to pick it up with priority Draining Kiss. So I think my priority should be now to focus into the Koraidon. I didn't want to set up with Annihilate initially because of the bundle, having Encore potentially. But now the bundle is out of the way, I can just try and go for the Bulk Ups. Let's see. He's going for a Terrifier. I just hope I don't miss this Thunder Wave. Please, Grimmsnarl. Please. Thank you. Okay, Thunder Wave. You know, the yellow color is broken. Let's see what the Flutter Mane does. Dazzling Gleam again. Okay, so my Rage Fist is 150 base power now. And I'm +1 defense and attack. Collision Curse into Grimmsnarl, I suppose. Yeah. So, do you guys think +1, 150 base power Rage Fist is enough to KO Koraidon? I think the answer is yes. I could be wrong. Like, I can calc it. Let me check. It's gonna depend on their bulk, I suppose. But it's 130 base power. Let's see. Rage Fizz and +1 attack. And it has 3 stacks. Yeah, if they have no bulk, it's a guaranteed Oko. I think regardless is my best play. My only concern is like if they survive, they can KO Comfey with Flare Blitz in the sun, even behind Reflect. We have 6 turns of Light Screen, 5 of Reflect. We're chilling, so let's just go for it. Might switch out the Flutter Mane or Protect. Yeah, they switch out the Flutter Mane into our bundle, Cresselia, Ursaluna, and they switch out Koraidon also. So bye-bye bundle. I'm not complaining. I'll take it. I 100% take it. Yep. The ape is mad. He's really mad. 150 base power Rage Fist with no throwback. That's why I said initially this move is broken, honestly. I can make it 200 if I side Draining Kiss, if I really want to. But obviously Ursaluna is a normal type. They can Earthquake me though. I have Reflect and I'm +1. I don't think... How many Sun turns. 1. I don't think Annihilate is gonna KO that thing with Drain Punch, honestly. I'm gonna go for it anyways. Oh, they didn't protect the Koraidon. +1, but I don't expect this to KO. Oh, it does KO. Okay. With the chip from Draining Kiss, I think +1 is usually not enough, but Flare Blitz into the Comfey. Sorry, Comfey. You're not taking that. Even with Reflect, you are 100% not taking that. But I have Ogerpon in the back, and the Sun is going to Ant. And there's no way for them to reset the Sun unless the Fluttermane has Sunny Day, which is a possibility, technically. Let's see, Fluttermane is 1 HP. I lost my priority, but I should be fine, right? I think I should be fine. Ivy Cudgel. I can even just follow me if I really want to. Is there any way they can win this? I guess like a double crit. Should I follow me? It's just Ivy Cudgel. I'm just gonna Rage Fist. The battle was cancelled. Okay, GG to our opponent. That was a fun match. Unfortunately, I didn't bring Terapagos. You know, I guess it was just the best decision given that the opponent had ways to counter Terapagos with Koraidon, but I do think it would have worked. It's just like I felt Annihilate was a little bit better. But yeah, it was a great game. So let's continue with game number 2. And we found our second opponent of the day. We're playing against someone from rank 10, which I think that means they're from Ultra Ball tier. It took a while to find our next opponent, not gonna lie. So that means they couldn't match me with someone from Master Ball tier, and I'm just gonna play against this player. And I don't like their team. Honestly, it feels very scary. Indeedee Hatterene, Hisuian Lilligant, Torkoal, Blood Moon Ursaluna, and Calyrex Ice Rider. That feels tricky, but let's see. I'm gonna go Grimmsnark, Terapagos, Comfey, and Ogerpon. I think. Yeah, I'm not gonna bring an Annihilate in this one, and I don't think I'm gonna bring Raging Bolt. Raging Bolt wouldn't be bad into the Torkoal, but that's pretty much it. Yeah, let's go with this lineup. I'm scared. I'm scared of the Lilligant, honestly. You know, just like Sleep Powder shenanigans is really bad. I might even Thunder with myself if that happens, honestly. But who knows? I just hope they don't bring Lilligant up front. I did bring Ogerpon, which is able to redirect the Sleep Powder, but I don't know. Okay, Indeedee Hatterene. Indeedee Hatterene. So I can just Calm Mind here and go for a Spirit Break. Or for a Light Screen. Do I go for Light Screen? I don't think they can KO me. So I don't want to Light Screen that early because yeah, they're not attacking. They're not clicking Follow Me. Because the faster I click Light Screen, the Hatterene is faster? Oh, the Indeedee is attacking, okay. The earlier I click Light Screen, the earlier it just ends. Are you a Cover Cloak? No, okay, cool. We're just going for double Dazzling Gleam. That did so much damage. Wow. I am going to Terra Starstorm you. I could Terra, but I don't want that yet. And I'm gonna live screen now. They're not clicking follow me, which is interesting. And they didn't click Trick Room the previous turn. So, yeah. They do click Trick Room now. They just wanted some damage first before bringing the, or setting up the Trick Room, which makes sense. Now, what are you bringing? Are you bringing Torkoal, Calyrex, Ursaluna? Ursaluna? Interesting. So, I already set up the light screen. Does that mean you don't have Torkoal? I'm going to click Protect. And I'm going to click just Reflect. You know, just Reflect. I want to set up Reflect because the Calyrex Ice Rider might be in the back. And I don't want to waste my chance to set up Reflect before going down because this Grimmsnarl obviously is going down. And I'm also going to solo Trick Room turn, which is never a bad thing. I have Helping Hand. I wonder if Comfey is going to survive. But now that they Terastallized, I suppose I can just Terra and KO it. I guess. +1, but... So they went for Hyper Voice. Let's see if they're Life Orb. Are you Life Orb? Oh no. That's even worse, but... That is even worse. Now you're +1. It was Throat Spray. I think I should survive. They could Helping Hand Blood Moon though. They could Helping Hand Blood Moon. But I have Light Screen up. But it's a Helping Hand boosted Blood Moon. I still think I should be okay. How many Trick Room turns are left? 3. I'm gonna Terra Starstorm. And I'm gonna go for Floral Healing. Let's see. If they Blood Moon with the Light Screen and the +1 special defense, I should survive. Unless they crit, obviously. As I usually said, like if you crit me, you crit me. Like there's nothing I can do about it. It's not in my control. They can also maybe Hyper Voice. Helping Hand. Let's see what they do. Floral Healing obviously goes first. So we're going to go back to full HP. It's not a lot of recovery. They did go for the Blood Moon. But if my math is correct, I should survive this just fine. Exactly. And Terra Starstorm should be enough to KO that Ursaluna. It does. Okay. Now, what is the last one? Is it Torkoal? Is it Calyrex? I imagine it's Calyrex, right? Like, it's a restricted metagame. Should be Calyrex. It is Calyrex. Now, do you have close combat? Because if you have close combat, it's over. Unfortunately. I have Reflect up. I'm going to Starstorm and just spray that they don't have close combat because that would be really bad. Helping Hand. Please don't have close combat. Please. I might survive with a Reflect in this Floral Healing though. Let's see. have Glacial Lens. Okay, I should be fine. Yeah, I should be fine. Because I get a Starstorm here. And Indeed should go down. Yeah, it goes down. It does around 40% to Calyrex. But now this is single target. And I can just do it again. I can protect just to be safe. But I don't think I want to protect. I don't think I want to protect. But I can lose the game to a crit here. You know what? I don't want to lose the game to a crit. Because if they crit me now, I lose 100%. So I'm just going to like... Draining Kiss them. And protect. Battle was cancelled. Okay, thank you. I mean, this was, in my books, the best play because I protect, sack, Comfey, get some chip damage, maybe 5%, sack it, it's fine, then I bring Ogerpon and I just click Ivy Good Chill Terra Starstorm. Single target should be enough, the combination should be enough, and I don't risk, because like, imagine I go for Flora Healing and they just crit me through the Reflex and everything. I lose, like Ogerpon cannot KO the Calyrex from like 60%. So, yeah, that was the best play in my opinion. That was a great game too. Let's go for our game number 3. And we just found our third opponent of the day. Someone from rating 57. That's pretty high. And it's another Calyrex Ice Rider team. But this one has Smeargle and Amoonguss. Okay, so we have Fluttermane, Smeargle, Amoonguss, Urshifu, Bloodwind, Ursaluna, and Calyrex Ice. This person is really high on the ladder. So, I wonder what kind of shenanigans that Smeargle knows. I guess, like, Decorate? Decorate, Fake Out, maybe, like, Spore, Follow Me, or Wide Guard. There's another issue, which is, like, the Urshifu and the Amoonguss is an issue. They can even Spore me with Smeargle if they have Spore. So, I'm gonna lead, like... I usually want to lead Grimmsnarl against his teams just to set up my screens, but if they lead with Smeargle or Amoonguss, they're going to put me to sleep. So I kind of want to lead with Ogerpon, but I don't think I can afford to do that. I need screens in this game. Let's just go with Comfey. Well, I can go Comfey, but like things like Smeargle... Is Smeargle faster? Some Smeargles are like mean speed in teams like this. Maybe the Smeargle is mean speed. Or like, you know, not necessarily mean speed like CRIVs, but I think that is the spread that makes the most sense to me. Because if you have Decorate, you want to decorate your Calyrex in Trick Room. So you want to be slower than Calyrex. So you go mean speed and you make Calyrex 1 point faster than you. So I could have gone with Comfey up front and just go for Taunt. So if this Smeargle is mean speed, how slow is that? I have a feeling it is mean speed. But I could be wrong and this could be a disaster. This could be a disaster. Mean speed Smeargle hits 72. So Grimmsnarl should outspeed. He's gonna Spore my thing. My Terapagos. I cannot let them do that. So I'm gonna double this Smeargle. I'm assuming he's slower, so... It's not even Focus Sash. That was weird. It was indeed slower, but it was not even Focus Sash. And the Calyrex is not clear Amulet. Oh my goodness, what kind of weird stuff do you have? Weakness policy or something? I just dropped its special attack, Amoongus, right? I have a bad feeling. Do I side Thunderwave and just pray that I don't get fully paralyzed every single turn? Or do I just reflect first? I can protect reflect. Why did they just put me to sleep? Let's go for reflect. Oh no, what is this Calyrex going to do? Okay, we protect reflect. And they go for a Spore in the Grimmsnarl, which is expected. It is Sword Sense. Okay, that's why they went for a Spore in the Grimmsnarl, because they wanted to cover for a potential foul play or something. Makes sense. So it's Sword Sense, Calyrex. Now what do I do? That was a disaster. Like the previous turn was like the turn 1 was good. Turn 2 was a disaster. Like 100% a disaster. I guess I'm just going to like Calm Mind or something. And just let them put me to sleep. I don't have any other play. Oh, they went for Pollen Puff just to break my Terra Shell so they can KO me with Glacial Lance. Okay, very smart. I do survive though. So how many Trick Room turns? 2 turns left. 2 turns left. So I'm going to protect, and I'm going to try and hope that I wake up and go for a Thunder Wave into the Calyrex. But this game is looking really bad. What could I have done differently in that turn 2, honestly? Like, they have the pressure of the Spore into Terapagos. There was no way for me to know they were Sword Sense. I don't wake up, which is expected. That is expected. They go for another Sword Sense. I just... You know how I wish I had... this is a lesson of Trick Room, right? Yeah. I wish I had Foul Play in this Grimmsnarl. Like... Oh my god. I mean, I have to go for the double protect, but what do I do with Grimmsnarl? Honestly. I guess I'm just gonna Thunder Wave. Hope. I didn't get the double protect. Yeah, that's game over. I mean, I can still get the Thunder Wave here, and they can get fully paralyzed. It's a possibility. Pollen Puff. Please get fully paralyzed. They do get fully paralyzed. That is a win condition. So I don't think they have Protect, like Glacial Lance, Trick Room, Sword Sense, and a coverage move, right? Should I just go for like Starstorm, regular Starstorm, and Spirit Break? I hope that's enough. Oh, it's never gonna be enough. Imagine if I had Foul Play. That would have been so good. Spore, Why are you ignoring the trap? Please get fully paralyzed. Come on. That would be a disaster. Bro, why don't you spore Terapagos? Like, what are you doing? I don't get it. I literally don't get it. Like, yeah, I mean, he got fully paralyzed twice, but why do you just risk it? I'm just gonna go for Comfey here. Maybe I should have gone for Ogre Point actually. They just switch, like, yeah, that thing doesn't have Protect. And I brought Comfey. So now they're gonna spore me. The Urshifu might be Sash. And I think Urshifu just survives a +1 Starstorm just fine, even if they're not Sash. But I'm in shock, honestly, how risky this person is just playing. Yeah, they do survive. They spore me, which is understandable. Now, the thing is, they are going to switch. So I'm going to switch Terapagos. Oh, they can switch. Yeah, they can switch Ogerpon. Not Ogerpon, sorry, yeah, Urshifu into Calyrex and just side pull and puff on the switch in. And there's not much I can do to avoid that. There's not much I can do to avoid that, right? There's one play I can make, but yeah, they're gonna withdraw their Urshifu and just go for side pull and puff. They can also try to spore my Comfey slot, which is why I'm bringing the Ogerpon. But I think their best play, given how high on the ladder they are, is just side pull and puff in the switch in. There is no way for me to punish that this turn, at least. Yeah, I have to take my first turn of sleep. Let's see if they spore me. No, they just side pull and puff in the switch in. That was expected. I can Starstorm here. Hopefully I wake up and go for Ivy Cudgel. Let's see if I do wake up. Come on. I do wake up! Oh my god, the luck I'm having in this match is just crazy. I wish I had this luck in one of my like tournament matches, but it's not even enough. Okay. Fair enough. Trick Room. Reflect, we're off. Can protect here. And no. I'm just gonna go for Starstorm and follow me, I think. Yeah, so they pull and buff into my Ogerpon here, and Glacial Lens should be enough to KO Ogerpon, but bro, what are you doing? Like, seriously? Okay, I now get what you're doing. Like, you just sack a Moongoose. If I don't follow me, you side pull and your Calyrex. If I do follow me, okay, Ogerpon is gonna die now. I have Comfey to KO this thing. And I think it's going to be very tough to win, actually, now that I think about it. This thing is just going to Glacial Lance everything. Urshifu went for Detect. Interesting. Okay. Glacial Lance. Well, I think because of that attack, I should win. Unless they get a double protect. They have to go for the double protect here, because I'm going to bring Comfey and I'm going to Drain Kiss the Urshifu. I don't have any other play. It is my best play. I had to sack Grimmsnarl so I can make this play. And now, like, 2 more turns of Trick Room. Like, Draining Kiss here. He's +3. And I have no Reflect. So that's definitely going to be enough to KO Comfey. Yeah, if they get the double protect, I lose, I think. But it has been a great game. I'm going to go for the double. No, because if they get fully paralyzed, I just need to KO Calyrex. They have to go for the double. They do go for the double, but they don't get it, so I should win here. Drain Kiss into Urshifu. I don't really get why you protected the previous turn with Urshifu. Honestly, you should have attacked. And then, like, next turn, you go for the protect, and then Comfey cannot KO Urshifu. I don't know what they were expecting, they were predicting. I think one of the reasons you use Urshifu is, like, to just hit through protect, so you don't really want to protect. You want to attack, but, I mean, I take it. Now, I bring Terapagos. Is the last turn of Trick Room. I click protect. And that should be enough. It's the last turn of Trick Room, right? Yeah. Unless this Calyrex has something weird, I should just protect here and it should be over. Imagine if the Calyrex reveal Rest. For a moment, I was like, okay. Okay, yeah, it's not as crazy as I thought. Just go for Rest, buddy. Okay, Terrastar Storm, and the battle's cancelled. GG to our opponent. Honestly, that is a battle that I don't think I should have won based on what happened. Like, he got fully paralyzed twice. You played to your odds, of course, and I think you should have just spored the Terapagos, and he would have been way, safer that turn. But the turn 1 was really good for me, KOing this Smeargle. And then turn 2, when they brought Amoonguss, I just had to make the call correctly, which slot they're going for the Spore and switching to Ogerpon. But the Calyrex having Swords Dance with that kind of team is just ridiculous. Like, without Wide Guard, it's just almost impossible to beat unless you know the set, I think. Because they have Smeargle and Amoonguss, and you just Swords Dance and click Glacial Lance into everything. So how do you beat that? Like, obviously, you can have your own Amoonguss and, like, Spore that, or go for Wide Guard if you have Wide Guard. But if you don't have Amoonguss and you don't have Spore, it's really tough. It's really tough if they have, like, that amount of support with Swords and Calyrex Ice Rider. But yeah, GG to our opponent. That is it, guys, for this video. I hope you enjoyed. Please, please, please show your support by leaving a like on the video and subscribing to the channel. That helps me a ton. And let's continue on the next one. See you. Bye-bye.